Welcome to channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Clare, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one of getting all these insights. Now, just like today, this video, we're gonna update you some of the information. As you can see, it's a visa news updates. Over the weekend, the Minister of Home Affairs, well, she did not pay too much attention in regards to what's happening in UK. Instead, she had went on the media, and there are some news articles that I wanted to share with you. Obviously, it's regarding the possibility of either the increase of and the overhaul of the visa program for Australia, where she had pitched the idea where there's a major redesign of the system, and also perhaps you heard of the significant investor visa. Are they gonna scrap that? We'll have a little check out on the news, and also by the end of this video I'll provide some of my view as well. Okay, so let's have a look. The first one came out from this, as you can read, it says too long, too expensive. Oh really? I thought immigration is where they make money sometimes. It's a system for the government to make money, but anyway, it says too expensive. Interesting. Immigration system is broken, Home Affairs Minister said, and that was, well, yesterday, 6:02 p.m. Interesting. On a Sunday night, that the Minister of Home Affairs has actually put on some of the news media. Now, let's have a look. It says Australian high-bound immigration system is broken, needs a fundamental transform. Well, that basically meant there will be a major change. Now, I don't know how they're going to change it. I think the best thing is they could make it easier, simplify the employment sponsor, because I recall back 9-10 years ago when the Liberal government got into the center stage, they also said they're going to transform the immigration system. So whether or not this will actually do a major change, let's see what happens. So otherwise, the economy will fall behind global competitor. Well, I've been hearing that for too long, but obviously, immigration system is surely a policy that could actually fix Australia as a nation of its economy, and also help the country to be ahead of other countries as well. So I have no comment on this one. Let's continue on reading, indicating that immigration reform will be a priority for the Albanese government. Well, that's very good. I hope that they will make it simplified. And annual migration intakes already increased, announced on the Job and Skills Summer, where merely prelude to more significant re-imaging the nation of immigration settings. So that's very good. As I have said it probably many times in our channel and many videos throughout the years, there has been a trend where it is certain that the government of Australia require and needs to transform the immigration system in order to have the economy back. So anyway, the far-reaching view of the country migration system to let the three eminent Australia will report government by the end of February next year. So there will be a new thing. Well, I thought they're gonna do something for the employment sponsor visa by November, but looks like it's gonna be as early as, for example, Easter 2023. Ms. O'Neill said immigration need to be overhauled. Well, didn't we hear that from Scott Morrison? Scott Morrison said that as well. Now, whether or not they're going to do that or not, we don't know. Well, to ensure that Australia is having enough skilled workers in critical field in the energy, cyber security, defense, and manufacturing, I'm trying to shift the conversation to an understanding where now global war of talent, she said. Well, I thought the global war has already been there for a while. Let's close that ads, the big McDonald ads. All the developing countries of the world are fighting for the same skills and go on and force. O'Neill pointed out the recent mark of the Nobel Prize winner, astrophysicist Brian Schmidt, now Vice Chancellor of Australian National University. Wow, I didn't know that. That's great. Now, that it took him for 4 days to secure a visa. Well, obviously, that is under Global Talent Intervention Visa. By contrast, Schmidt said that it recently took 21 months for the visa of potential staff member from India. So that's the differences between general skill migration and also obviously the global talent. But obviously the general staff won't have that Nobel Prize. If they had that prize, probably would take another 4 days, perhaps. O'Neill said that annual immigration intake of Australia total population size would not be the focus of the review, although I do believe that maintaining 195 plus in the next coming up years will be the main trend, because the budget from the previous government already said so. So I don't think the current government is going to reduce that. So I believe that next year will be over 200,000. And this is not about how many migrants are bringing to country, but I think number is still the key, because having enough migrants will actually kickstart and actually make the economy different as well. I don't know. I think everybody will agree on that one. It doesn't have to mean any increase of number of migrants. She said it will about who will bring it in. So obviously they're looking for a bright, skilled migrants. So here, from what I can see, the Albanese government, also the Minister of Home Affairs, is reconfirming that global talent, perhaps this visa category, subclass 85A, will be a key driver for the upcoming 3 to 5 years. What are they going to replace? I think they're going to replace more on the investment visa. Now let's continue to read on, and we have other news article came out as well that we're going to share with you. So the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said that wanted to shift focus national immigration system from permanent migration away from the short-term visa, which is good, and which has been said at the very beginning once the Labour government took place. So continue on. There's a lot of back and forth and flagging major investment in information technology upgrades. Well, I think they've got enough upgrades there to help the backlog of 950,000 visa application. And O'Neill said that immigration had, without a doubt, been forgotten child. Whoa, is it? Well, it has been, because the coalition government, the previous government, obviously said that immigration is very important, but they haven't really done so. I think that's a very true statement there in respect to the fact that we have actually been through these 2 years now. So this article doesn't say too much about the policy, but there has more directive information that we have received also came out. Let me just magnify that a little bit. Also came out from yesterday as well, 8:38 a.m. Well, I'm not too sure whether that's going to be that came out first or not. But here, the Minister of Home Affairs, Clare O'Neill, basically had set a program for deep pocket international investor visa. That's basically pointing out to that 5 million SIV, significant investor visas. Now, they are basically saying that since has been designed, it hasn't really made too much of a progressive, and they are looking in a way to scrap it. This is basically the whole content of this news article. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit on this one. Now, 5 million investment visa, it's pretty vital. I mean, if you look around the world, there is very limited other countries on competing against Australia with this 5 million SIV visa. So why would they actually do that? I mean, USA, Canada, New Zealand, and all the other countries around the world do provide some sort of investment visa. Now, why does the current Minister of Home Affairs wanting to demonize SIV. Now, I think, this is my prediction, not fully right. I think it's due to the relationship with China, where the US and China relationship obviously had deteriorated. Everybody has seen it over the past 2 years, and Australia has been playing a very important role. Now, in the past, you can see the stats that the most number of applicants holding a country of passport applying for SIV are from China. So is this an article basically giving a trend and point and direction where there will be a potential block on the Chinese migrants to Australia? I think that's where it's heading towards. Having such privileged visa with the investment amount of 5 million Australian dollars, scrapping that, I think it just doesn't really make any sense. I mean, if they have no other choice going to Australia, people with $5 million, they can go anywhere around this world anyway. So why do they want to scrapping that? I think they are not really going to scrapping that, but they are filtering out, utilizing global talent visa, where global talent visa may come in and play a major role. As I have experienced and seen, there's a lot of investors, they used to have only options to do a SIV visa, but now, because of their background and their business background is dealing with technology, now they can actually utilize global talent visa to actually gain that migration purpose. Now, whether or not they are gonna do more on the global talent employer sponsored visa and twist it a little bit and probably mix a little bit of investments, I think that's where they're heading towards. Anyway, it's going to be exciting. I don't think the government of Australia, the Albanese government, the Labor government, will do too much to actually detract. Well, their aim is to attract more migrants and skilled migrants, and these skilled migrants will actually contribute to the land of Australia. Now, previously, because this SIV has attracted huge number of Chinese investors, where they probably hasn't really contributed much. But the future has changed and the turning point has come. Should you have more question and query in regards to the predictions, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. Let's see you next video. Goodbye.